What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about a company you guys probably know on the channel very well by now, which is Palantir. And the reason why I want to talk about this company is because in my last two videos, I did a whole analysis video, and then I did kind of like why I think they're going to do well in the long-term video. And so in today's video, I wanted to give you guys what I think is going to happen in the short term for Palantir versus the long term in Palantir. And again, I could be wrong. I'm not a financial advisor or like a guru by any means, but I have been in the market for about 10 years now. And from the analysis that I've done on Palantir, I think that they have a very good reason as to why they're going to do so well in the far future, but also in the short term. So without further ado, let's dive into Palantir. Let's go. All right, and before we dive into Palantir, make sure you smash that like button, and if it's your first time to the channel, make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. So without further ado, let's look at the Palantir stock itself. So here we have the Palantir stock price, and this should give you a good idea of what it's done in the last few months. So obviously it IPO'd back here, and we're looking at a $10 price, and then it obviously skyrocketed really recently into the $35-$40 range, and then has come back down to earth in that $20 to $24 mark, which is where we're at today. And so by the end of this year, and you can save this video for later, I think that the stock could get back to those $40, if not $50 levels. And again, I want to keep this video short and sweet, so let's look at the big catalyst. So here we go. Palantir and AWS team up for the ERP suite. Some of you guys might be looking at this and like, what is AWS? Some of you guys might already be familiar with AWS. No matter where you're at on the spectrum, let's go ahead and take a look. So Amazon.com is actually the owner of AWS, which is Amazon Web Services, which is one of Amazon's biggest growth products that they have on their platform. And Palantir and Amazon have been working together on this project for quite some time, for about a year now actually. But the cool thing is they just recently announced that they're going to be working together for a very long time, for the foreseeable future. And essentially what it's going to be used for is to be optimized to run on AWS to assist customers with data integration and analysis. And why does this matter? So here we have Palantir, a software company that specializes in data analytics, has created a number of platforms, including Foundry and Gotham, that are being used by government bodies and commercial customers as a business solutions tool. This is something that I covered in my previous episode. But the ERP suite uses a Palantir Foundry data connector developed for ERP applications to improve data discovery, accelerate the time to value of ERP data, democratize workflow creation, and drive faster business outcomes. And so how is this going to impact AWS or Palantir's business model, right? And the crazy thing is other companies that have used this platform, Palantir's platform, for their own business have actually been able to increase, right? So let's look at this. Within 2 weeks of installing the ERP suite, BP, a huge conglomerate, was able to unlock approximately $50 million worth in working capital and has the potential to unlock further savings if applied across their worldwide supply chain. So if that doesn't get you excited about Palantir, I don't know what will, because this is huge news, not only for Amazon, because they're gonna save a bunch of money, but also for Palantir, because now they have another customer that's pretty much devoted to their platform. To be able to save millions of dollars isn't a small feat. And I think Palantir is going to save Amazon a lot more money than they did for BP. So let's talk about the stock price a little bit, so that way you guys have an understanding where I think the stock is going. And then if you wanted to, if you haven't watched the other videos before, I'll link them down in the comment section below. So if you guys want to learn more about Palantir, and this is your first time hearing about it, you can go watch those videos, because I think there's a lot of value in those videos as well. They're a little bit more in depth than this one. So what's next? Well, despite its downward trend, Palantir has continued to sign lucrative contracts with big name companies like 3M, IBM, and now Amazon. And Palantir will provide its ERP, or Enterprise Resource Planning system, via Amazon Web Services to all AWS clients. And what the platform does is it allows AWS users to utilize Palantir's Foundry service to improve data discovery and streamline business outcomes. And this is just the latest in a long line of partnerships Palantir has forged since going public, and a strategic integration with Amazon will only work to strengthen its image amongst non-government agencies. And so obviously this is good news, not only for Amazon and its AWS clients, because they're going to be able to make more money faster. They're also going to get more and better data. But in addition, Palantir is going to dominate the data analytics space, because people are going to look at them and say, wow, Amazon uses you guys. Wow, IBM uses you guys. Wow, 3M uses you guys. maybe you have something that I would want as a product for my own business. And so that leads me to, where is this stock going in the short term? And I mean short term as in end of year of 2021. Well, Palantir has a lot of bullish claims. As you can see here, all these greens are people that are betting big on Palantir or believe in Palantir, and the reds are the people that are very, very bearish on Palantir. And as you can see, there's not a lot of reds happening anymore. Now, that's not the thing that we want to look at per se. This is just good data. Obviously, more data is good data. But what I want to look at is the support data that we can build off of Palantir's price chart. So here we have, we're sitting at $24 right now. But looking at the chart here, I can see that there's a strong support sitting around $22, $21, and even $19 per share. So right here, we have a strong support, and I don't think we're gonna retest below that. If we were to look back at this, I think the lowest point we could see is that $19 and maybe $18.90 mark, but I don't think we're going to get any lower than that. And as you can see here, the MACD has already reversed, and I think we're on our way up. And if I were to say, okay, well, where is it going next? I think that Palantir could easily touch the $30 range. Once it does, I think it's going to struggle to get above that. But if we can get above that, then I could see it going to 36. From there, obviously 39, and we're going to make new highs if it goes over 45. And if it can stay at 45, I could definitely see this company going to $50, $60 a share in the next few months. Well, what is a few months? Well, I'm talking about September, October, November, and December. So the last quarter of the year, that is where I see Palantir in the short term. Now, obviously, you can look at the minute charts and you could trade Palantir. Personally, I'm a long-term investor. So for me, I like to look at the long-term graphs. So this is kind of the short term for me. So again, if you want to try and day trade or, trade Palantir in general, be careful. Obviously, there is some strong support at, like I said, at $19, $20 per share. And there's obviously resistance around that $30 mark as well. So hopefully you guys got some value out of this. And if you did, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Feel free to go check out the merch shop if you haven't already been there. It's bestmerchever.com. There's a lot of cool stuff there, from Lamborghini socks to the anti-rich rich club sweatshirts and a lot more cool stuff. Feel free to go check that out. And without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.